Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Immediately after I received my set of ARTEZA 120 colors, I wanted to put it in action and to start testing them. So after I finished picture with snowmen in tennis-clad gnomes in neighborhood, I decided that I want to test ARTEZA on the same paper. I am also a huge fan of figure skating, so for the next coloring I selected this picture of the ice rink. I decided that I wanted to color snow in blue-violet colors and ice in blue-green colors. I must say that while I was coloring this picture, I wasn't thinking much about a color scheme of the page. I was much more interested in testing more colors, so maybe I used excessive amount of pencils for this one. I also hope that you will be able to color along with me even if you don't have ARTEZA. It will be quite easy to select similar colors from Prismacolor set, for example. If you want to color ice, you can combine one of the bright blue colors like non-photo blue and electric blue with blue-green colors like light aqua or aquamarine. And for the snow, you can use blue slate or blue violet lake, something like this. But let's talk about ARTEZA and my first impressions. First, I was quite happily surprised again by color selection in the set. For each color hue, warm for warm blues, for cold blues, for green blues, for violet blues, you can easily find lighter pencil, mid-tone, darker pencils, so quite easy to select 2 or 3 pencils to color lighter and darker areas. Just like for the eyes here, I combined robin egg blue, ocean blue, which is slightly darker, and I added a little bit of sky blue to get more bluish color to the eyes. When I started to color, I tried to vary pressure on the pencil, and it was quite easy to get from more intense and bright color to the less intense and more pastel shades when I applied a lesser amount of pressure. So here I also was quite happy. But in my opinion, pencil strokes were quite visible, and I was slightly disappointed. But after a couple of minutes, I realized that I hadn't sharpened my pencils. I used them just like I got them, with their manufacturer sharpening. After I sharpened all pencils by myself, and I did a very thin, nice tip for each pencil, I was much more happy with layering and shading. So, in my opinion, sharpen them nicely and keep sharp point of the pencil is crucial for smooth layering. What else I discovered for myself from this very quick start of coloring is that a white Prismacolor can lighten these pencils, so it's very helpful if you need to get pastel colors or to make gradient from colored to uncolored areas like I did here on the eyes. When with white Prismacolor I will smooth areas between this blue-green color and uncolored areas. So white Prismacolor works on top of ARTEZA. I hadn't tested a white ARTEZA yet. Also, they are waxy, but no more waxy comparing to Prismacolors or color salts. Yes, when you apply big pressure and when you apply a lot of pigment on the paper, there is visible waxy shining on the surface. For me, it's not a problem apart from light shining, which I always got on my camera on the video because I have a lamp on top of my desk to get better lighting for the videos, so maybe it's not very comfortable for the video, but in real life on the paper this waxy shining it's not frustrating and it doesn't bother me a lot. In order to test how pencils cover paper, I decided to make quite dark and intense sky. You will see that I will apply quite hard pressure on the pencil in order to get dark and intense colors, and again I was very pleasantly surprised. They are very highly pigmented and they cover paper really nice. You know that paper in this book is quite good and all pencils work nice on it, and ARTEZA isn't an exception. I was quite pleased how I made gradient on the sky. All colors, all pencils were able to cover paper without visible white spots, even with one layer. They were able to layer one on top of another. Yes, I used quite similar colors, different shades of blue-green or dark blue, but together they created nice gradient. So I was quite happy how they behaved on the sky. And the last two positive things is that pencil cores didn't crumble while I colored, even when I applied quite hard pressure, and also no pencil was broken while I sharpened them. So everything is good so far with wood and coarse quality. So far, my experience from this very quick coloring was quite positive. Of course, while I was coloring ice and sky and snow, I was thinking that the same thing, the same areas I could color with watercolors and I would spend maybe 5 times lesser amount to color the same area and probably the look will be even better because watercolors are really very helpful in coloring ice and snow. But anyway, I am pleased that I started to color with ARTEZA and that I got my first impressions. I hope that in the second part of this color along, I also will be able to tell you something interesting about my experience with ARTEZA.